Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known, and we'll chase the night.
This video isn't going to be your normal tutorial. I wanted to make a video to address something that is very important to me and to many, many others. I didn't know if I wanted to make it because I didn't want to be too vulnerable. You know, I want to use my social media platforms for more than just makeup tutorials, for more than just funny faces and being goofy. I want to really show you guys pieces of me and, you know, what's important to me, and to speak out about issues that are very, very important. I want to help you guys because you've helped me so much. If I could at all give you guys even a piece of how you make me feel, that would be so amazing. And I just hope that this video can reach someone. I was sexually assaulted, and for anyone that's ever had any kind of rape or sexual assault or anything happen to them or someone close to them, it's absolutely life-changing. When I was sexually assaulted, it was by someone that I thought I could trust. Someone close in my life that I didn't think would ever do that. And it took me a long time to really realize that that's what predators do. They take advantage of your vulnerability so they can make their way in. After it happened, I felt extremely ashamed and confused because you don't realize how important control is, and I didn't tell anyone. So for the longest time, I felt extremely guilty that it was somehow my fault, and I didn't know what to do. I had never been in a position like that in my life. I thought I would be unlovable. I've never, you know, self-loathed myself so much that I didn't know how I would ever forgive myself or love myself again, because I was so ashamed and disgusted with myself. My husband was finally the first person I opened up about it to. And you know, he was so warm and so kind and understanding about the whole situation, and, you know, really helped me to understand that it wasn't my fault. I had never been around someone or heard any stories really of personal accounts of someone being raped or sexually assaulted, and I didn't really know at that point that victims of rape or sexual abuse blamed themselves. That's such a common thing that happens afterwards. So I ended up going to therapy for what happened, and it helped so much. I mean, drastically, because my therapist taught me that, you know, she really thinks that so many victims end up blaming themselves because they want some sense of control. You know, they want to feel that they at least had some sense of control in the situation. And fact of the matter is, you know, we didn't. Another thing I really struggled with was not understanding that I could be over what happened, but I could still get mad about it sometimes. After going to therapy and really opening up to my husband about the situation, you know, I was feeling better, and I really you know, found that I was able to cope with it and I was able to understand it better and to really get a grasp of kind of what happened. But I would still have these days where, you know, I would get so angry and so hurt. And I thought, you know, maybe I'm not over this. Maybe I still am completely holding on to this. For that was that, you know, you have to have realistic expectations for yourself. I have to keep a constant reminder that it's okay to feel that way. Every way I'm feeling is completely valid. I can be upset sometimes about it. I can have days where I don't even think about it. Realizing that I need to have realistic expectations about myself really, really helped me. What happened will always be with me, but it doesn't make me. That's the whole bigger picture of it. Someone does something so terrible as sexually assaulting them or raping them for power. And it just is such a disgusting thing. And how dare you think you have power over me? I have power over me. And I will get through this, and I will be 100% stronger than you ever thought I could be. You did not break me. I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of the situations I've gone through, and I'm proud of how much strength I've had to get through them. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I have nothing to be scared of weakness-wise. I was so nervous to show weakness because I thought, oh, if this person sees this video, you know, maybe they'll have that moment of, oh, I broke you. And, you know, I thought about it, and sure, maybe they'll have that moment. That's okay. This video is for me. I am a worthy person, and I want to show you guys you are so worth it too. I'm hoping with this video that I can spread some sort of awareness about this issue. Not only that, but possibly to help someone that is going through this, because it is one of the loneliest feelings in the entire world. But I wanted to let anyone that has gone through this or is going through this to know that you're not alone. And you can realize the strength you have inside of yourself as well, because there is a brighter side. And coming to terms with what happened and learning to cope with it, that shows to yourself that you aren't broken. There's no reason to be silent. I don't care if you were drunk, you were half naked walking down the street, you thought you were into it and then you decided you weren't anymore. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You're worthy, and your situation is 100% worthy. Open up and get help for you. Don't think about what your parents will think, what your friends will think. You are the most important person to you. Your opinion of yourself should be the only one that matters. You can get through it and you can be strong. I'm going to be leaving a ton of information down below, websites, phone numbers you can call. Please educate yourselves. And those feelings of blame and shame creep back over me, but I just have to remember I can do it, and I can make it through, and I hope nothing but that for you guys. I hope if you're going through this, you can learn to move on and to cope with it. Because it breaks my heart knowing that other people felt that way too. Because hating yourself that much is unfathomable. Thank you guys for letting me share myself and share my story with you. It feels good to come clean about and talk about. So on to the makeup look after that very long speech. This is going to be makeup about being positive and confident. I wanted to do what made me feel confident. What do I like doing to my face to feel confident and fun? What do I like to do? Because this video is about growing and moving on and being positive and confident and loving yourself. I love painting my lips bright red and a big thick wing of liner and, you know, looking kind of pin-up-y and fun. I love it. I have so much fun. I feel so confident walking down the street this way. And not discrediting, you know, that you shouldn't be confident in your own skin. This video isn't that. This makeup tutorial is just going to be about doing something for you that makes you feel confident. So, to start, I'm going to prime my face as soon as I find it with some Benefit Professional, just by rubbing it all over. I'm doing something different with my skin this time. I'm going to be trying out this foundation quad from Front Row Cosmetics in the shade Light because I'm pale, duh. I warm the product up on my hand just a little bit before I apply, then I like to use a damp beauty blender to blend it in. I'm loving this foundation so far, mainly because it really does just soak right into my skin, much like the RCMA makeup that I usually use on my face. As you've probably seen in my other foundation video, I do like to get some of the foundation off of my lips so that I don't look like a small nude child with no lips. I do like this foundation because it's very buildable, and so I'm going to go in where I would normally highlight again, just to add a little bit more coverage. And, you know, blending out like normal. I'm going in with the Front Row Cosmetics foundation powder in Light and a flat Sigma Kabuki brush just to set my face. As for contour, I'm going in with a Morphe flat contour brush and the new NYX Cosmetics contour shade creams. I do have a more in-depth contour routine video, and I will just leave the link down below if you're curious. I can't forget my beauty mark. Just gonna enhance it a little bit with some Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Chocolat. I already have freckles along my nose, but when I do put foundation on, of course, they're hidden a little bit. So lately I've been really liking to bring them out. So still going in with that dip brow, I'm just making tiny little spots and I'm following the guides of my freckles already. If you don't have freckles, that's okay, you can always add them on, but make sure to keep in mind they're all different sizes, different shapes, and they just scatter around everywhere. To make them a little less intense, I'm taking that light powder again and setting them in. This is my Holy Grail palette of blushes. It's from Morphe brushes, and I'm just going in with a G4 brush and tapping that on the apples of my cheeks. I'm going to be doing my eyebrows the exact same way I do them in my eyebrow tutorial video, so I'm just going to speed up through this, and if you want to see the full eyebrow routine, check out the video. I will leave the link below. The only difference in this video is that I'm using a NYX Cosmetics brow liner just to put the guidelines for where I am drawing my eyebrows, but I'm still using the Anastasia Dip Brows and her brow powder. Ooh, eyebrows. Oh, eye makeup. Oh, shit. For the entire eye, I'm going to be using the Morphe Brushes 35N palette. It's a beautiful palette that's all matte shades. They have any neutral and any brown you could ever want. I actually have a code, Jordan Hanz, to get 10% off site-wide if you are looking to try out this palette. I of course got to start by priming my eyes. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm going to be using two main brushes for this eyeshadow look. First off is going to be the Morphe B38, and second is the Sigma E45. In the Morphe palette, there's a bunch of really light shades. We're going to go in with one of the lightest and just start as a little bit of a transition shade for the crease. I like to put the product down in my outer V with the Sigma brush, and then completely blend it out with the Morphe brush. This is because the Sigma brush is much smaller and I can get right into that outer V where I want the pigment to be, and then I can use the Morphe blush to really blend it completely out. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing this whole eyeshadow look, is just adding more pigment to the V shape that I'm putting here and then blending it back out, making it darker and darker each time we do it, just so that every color nicely transitions into the other one. If you're doing a smoky eye look, I mean, obviously you need a little jam session in between. Now for the liner. Oh, I'm so nervous to do this because I've never done my liner like this on camera. But fuck it, we'll see what goes on. I'm using an ultra fine liner brush from MAC and the Morphe black gel liner. This is the time when I start kind of measuring out exactly where I do want the line of my winged liner to go. You know, the whole purpose of winged liner really is to elongate the eye and lift it up into this beautiful cat eye shape. So, if you do your line too straight or too far up, it can end up kind of making your eye look a little strange. So make sure to take your time to really find out where that line looks good with your eye shape. I always start with a small base of liner by completely lining my whole eye and then slowly building up as I see fit. Along the way, trying to clean up any lines that I've fucked up a little bit and to make it as clean and sharp as possible. I also really try not to pull the skin around my eye because I don't want wrinkles eventually from doing this every day. So if I do have to pull it, I just pull it the tiniest bit. Add a little bit more eyeshadow to the bottom of my eye and pop on some black mascara as well. I'm using some 302 lashes from Friends Beauty, and I always use tweezers to put them on. I suck at putting eyelashes on, and tweezers are the only way that I can kind of do it. Onto my confident poppy red lips, I'm going to be using Melt Cosmetics in Belladonna 2. Okay, all done. I usually don't like to use the actual lipstick to do my whole lips because I really like the precision of a brush, so I'm just using a Morphe angled brush, which I wouldn't usually use, but it was there. And I'm just going to start kind of overlining and outlining my lips to get a nice sharp heart shape. Even though the lipstick is already matte, I like super matte lipstick, so I'm going to use some Makeup Forever HD translucent powder to mattify it some more. I also decided that, hey, why not do a fancy cute little hair clip? So I'm just going to throw that shit in my hair real quick. And that is my confident, happy makeup tutorial that I love doing. Makeup that makes me feel great and confident every single time I wear it. I hope you guys liked the makeup tutorial, and I'm going to challenge you to do a makeup look, or whatever really, that makes you feel confident and happy with yourself.